740. 760 basically is the new 720 in the credit markets. And, you know, I want to do a whole class on the current credit markets, where to find money, who's doing what, how. You know, Capital One just bought out HSBC, which was a huge move, and it just totally removed a bunch of lending from the market, right? And I found that out because I'm coaching with the impact. Because, you know, when Capital One has a 0% credit card offer and we want to move some temporary money there, and HSBC has one, well, now Capital One by HSBC, and you can't have more than one Capital One account, so it eliminated a bunch of options in coaching for me. It's amazing the impact, and it has huge impact on new people acquiring new credit, because all of a sudden you have one of the largest credit entities in the world get captured up by another large one, and it actually makes less credit available. And I really enjoy talking about this stuff because I'm interested. This is what I'm good at. But anyways, the credit markets have changed, and they're never going to go back. What I mean is, if you have bad credit, you ain't going to be able to get a bunch of credit unless we deal with it. And if you do, it's very limited. You used to be able to get credit everywhere. Even with bad credit, you just had to pay a lot of money for it, a lot of interest. Now it's just not available. But let me tell you what. For people with good credit, there's tons available. They just don't know how to get it. You cannot go and apply for credit based on the ways you've been taught and achieve anything. You have to learn about their new lending, and they're not telling you. They're not teaching you. So I will be doing a whole class on that, which relates to the coaching that I provide. Or you can just coach and I'll show you. Because in my eyes, I see a loose credit market. But people, what do you mean? I thought it was tight. No, it's not tight. You just got to know where to get it, who's doing what, and there's tons of money out there. It's just different. And it's never going to go back to the way it was as far as I can see in our lifetime. And if you understand it's different, it's, oh, okay, I could do it this way, then it's like, oh, wow. They are lending. So, you know, we're getting tons of money at 0%. And we have to be educated and clear and methodical and know where to find it. And that's what I do all day long. All right, so what other areas does credit impact your life? All these, right? A lot of them here. So what are they? It affects your insurance premiums, right? And I keep screwing that up. Let's go back. It affects your insurance premiums, right? If you get auto bill, credit card rates, employment, student financial aid, mortgage rates, utility, relationships. Yeah, if you got a new little partner there, you know, and you got bad credit, man, that doesn't help your relationship. Business lines of credit, rental opportunities, business development. Hey, you want to open a business? What if you could get $100,000 at 0%? And we can do it over the next 9 months, and I can show you how to get $10,000 a month. Without opening up some possibilities, yeah, better have a plan though. You better have a plan, because that's dangerous stuff. You want to be able to you don't want to get into trouble. Okay, I almost wish I could take that back. All right, so there's lots of other stuff. In 2008, it was supposed to affect your insurance rates. I don't even know if that ever happened. Maybe someone can tell me. Credit can cost you big. I thought I took this slide out. I purposely didn't, because remember we talked about how a bunch of lending went away. This lending is all gone. This lending right here between 620 and 680 is FHA only. One entity. And then 680 or above, right, is two other entities. Did I say enemies? They are enemies. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So what does that tell you? All this is backed by you, the taxpayer. If the federal government didn't back it, there would be no such thing as a mortgage, and no one could borrow money for a mortgage. That's scary. That means our economy was fundamentally flawed and it's still recovering. Unless banks decide to do it on their own and carry the note themselves, which they're starting to do. You see, now people are saving at a rate that we haven't seen in 20 years. All of a sudden they got scared. And if they didn't go down, they started saving their money. Right? They didn't lose their home. They were scared enough where they stopped all that ridiculous spending, started saving the money, started putting the money into the banks. The banks all of a sudden got cash flush. You may have read some stuff about that. And they started lending again. But they won't tell you that, because They don't want you to manipulate them.